You may have heard the words primary sources and secondary sources in your class when completing a research essay or project, but are left wondering, what's the difference between the two? A primary source is a first-hand account or the direct evidence of a topic or subject. This account or evidence is created by a person who had first-hand experience with the topic or subject during the time period being studied. Examples of primary sources include empirical research studies, diaries, and legal documents. Secondary sources are anything that is created to analyze and interpret primary sources. Examples of this can be scholarly articles and books that interpret or summarize previous research. It's important to emphasize that what is considered a primary or secondary source differs between fields of study and the context in which it is being used. For example, research articles are generally considered primary sources in the sciences and social sciences, but are considered secondary sources in subjects like literature and history. Let's say you're writing an essay in a history class about the lives of women during World War II. Diaries, letters, photos, and other artifacts about women created during that time period would all be primary sources that could help you describe women's experiences during the war. On the other hand, books and articles about the experiences of women during the war, written by researchers, would all be considered secondary sources because they interpret and summarize primary sources and do not provide first-hand evidence of the topic. Here's another example. In a psychology class, you are writing a paper on the benefits of different therapeutic methods to treat PTSD. Research articles that describe an experiment or original study using different therapeutic methods would be considered primary sources for this topic because the researchers are gathering first-hand evidence and data by testing a hypothesis or theory. Books about therapeutic methods, or PTSD, would be considered secondary sources because they interpret original research in order to present an argument or summarize information on the topic. In summary, primary sources provide the first-hand evidence of an event, theory, or topic, and secondary sources provide summaries or new analysis on a primary source.
Created using Powtoon.